Hey Crossroads, I'm Brittany Armstrong. I'm the early childhood pastor here at Crossroads, and today's devotion is coming from John chapter 13. Starting in verse 4, so he got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. And I'm going to skip down to verse 12. When he had finished washing their feet, he put on his clothes and returned to his place. Do you understand what I have done for you? He asked them. You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I've set you an example that you should do as I have done for you. So I think the thing that strikes me most about this passage is that it's the night before Jesus was crucified, and he is taking time out to build relationships with his disciples and show an example for us using relationships. Later in John, Jesus states that all men will know that they are his disciples by the way that they love. I don't think it's a love that we see in our culture. Culture shows us a really self-focused kind of love, and Jesus displayed a self-sacrificing kind of love. It's a love that really meets an inconvenient need of another person. So, challenge for today, I'd like you to list 3 people that you could show love to. First one, a family member. The second person, a helper. We have a lot of helpers right now in this time. Nurses, doctors, mailman, where you get your groceries. And the third would be an enemy. So Jesus even washed the feet of Judas, who would later turn him in, and it was this enemy. How can you meet an inconvenient need of maybe one of these people, or if you're ambitious, all 3? So some examples for you to show love. I think first off, if you've got a family that you're quarantined in with, a foot washing ceremony could be really impactful for kids. I think parents walking them through that and showing them the kind of love, the example that Jesus showed would be really cool. I think that this kind of love gives more than you think that you could possibly give, either with your time, your energy, your resources. It's setting aside your preferences to bless someone that has different desires than you do. I think initiating a really hard conversation with a loved one. I think this is going to push you, it's going to stretch you, but I think that when we do these things, this is when we're most like Christ. So glad you tuned in today, and I hope you have a great Wednesday.